All right, so this is your Unit 2 review for 6th grade math. So number 1 says, Kim works 9.25 kilometers away from her home. Write a fraction that represents the distance from Kim's work to her home. So I already know 9 is the whole number. So I just have to figure out the decimal that goes, fraction that goes behind it. So I have the decimal left over of 0.25. So I know I can take 0.25 and write it over 100. I don't know why I wrote that. So it'd be 25 over 100, which I know it can simplify down to 1/4. So it'd be 9 and 1/4. All right, number 2. On a recent trip, Brian's motorcycle used 3/8 of a tank of gasoline. Write a decimal and a percent that represents this amount. So I'm going to change 3/8 to a decimal. So the way you do that is you divide. So 3 goes in the house and 8 goes on the outside. 8 can't go into 3, so it'd be 0. I notice 8 going to 30. So 8 goes into 30 3 times. So it'd be 24. 6 left over. 8 goes into 60 7 times. 56. 4 left over. Bring down another 0. 8 goes into 40 5 times. So my decimal would be 0.375. I also have to write it as a percent. So I'm going to use the DP method. So I'm at the D for decimal, and I have to go to the right to the percent. And since there's 2 letters in DP, I have to go 2 to the right. So 1, 2, which would be 37.5%. Okay, number 3. Colby's volleyball team selected 18 girls from 120 girls who tried out for the team. Write a decimal that's equivalent to the fraction of girls selected from the group of girls who tried out for the team. So I have the fraction 18 over 120. So I have to change that to a decimal. So 18 goes in the house. 120 goes on the outside. 120 can't go in 18, so it'd be decimal 0. 120 goes on 180 once. 60 left over. Add is another 0. How many times does 120 go to 600? 5. So it'd be 0.15. All right, number 4. A list of numbers is shown below. Write a list that shows the numbers in ascending order. Ascending number means to go up. So you're going to go from least to your greatest number. So I have to change 5 over 2 to a decimal. So you're going to divide 2 into 5. So 2 goes into 10 5 times. So this would be 2.5. 34% is just 0.34. And then 3/4 is just 0.75. So my least number is my negative, would be negative 0.04. My next number would be 34%. Next one would be 3/4. Next one would be 1.75. The next one would be 5 over 2. Okay, number 5. Kim needs to order the number of cards from the greatest to least. Please help Kim. Okay, so we already know 1/5 is 0.2. And then I changed 1/6 to a decimal. So 6 goes into 1, 0. So 6 goes into 10 once. 4. 6 goes into 40. Sorry, I just had it blank 6 times. 36. And that's a 4 again, so it's going to be repeating. So this will be negative 0.16. So I want to go greatest. So my greatest number would be 0.3. Then 1/5. Then negative 1/6 is greater than negative 0.8. Okay. Number 6. Presley bought sodas at the dollar store for lunches this week. The table below shows the amounts of each type of sodas that she bought. So Dr. Pepper's already decimal, so we're going to change Coke to a decimal. You can divide 4 into 17. 4 goes into 17 4 times. So 4 goes into 10 once. Twice. So it'd be 8. And bring down a 0. So 4 goes into 20 5 times. So this would be 4.25. 1/5 is already 0.20, so this would be 3.20. And then we're going to divide 3 into 5. 3 goes into 26 times. It's going to be 20 again. So this would be 1.6 repeating. So Pepsi will be the lightest, then root beer, then DP, and then Coke. All right, number 7. A cave is 9 feet below sea level. Which point on the number line best represents this location? So 9 feet below sea level. Okay, so below means it's negative. So this one is just one above -10. So this will be 9 feet below sea level. Because sea level, it starts when it's 0. So if you're below it, you're negative. If you're above it, you're positive. A bag of Starburst contains 40 drops. The fraction of each flavor is shown either in the table or on the number line. So using the information on the table on the number line, which statement about the number of Starbursts in the bag is true? They're more cherry than banana. That's actually false because 1/4 is smaller than 1/3. G. They're the same number of banana and orange. Okay, well, orange can be simplified, so 3/9 can be simplified down to 1/3. So banana and orange are actually the same. So G is correct so far. H. There are more lemons than any other flavor. That's not true because lemon's 1/4 and cherry's 1/4. So that means that they're the same. J. They're less cherry than cotton candy. Well, cherry is 1/4 and cotton candy is 1/5. 1/5 is 0.20, while 1/4 is 0.25. So there's more cherry than cotton candy. So that's false as well. So the answer is G. 9. Place these numbers on a number line. First, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change them to whole numbers or decimals. -21 divided by 3 is just -7. -7 divided by 2 is just -3.5. 15 divided by 2 is just 7.5. And 15 divided by 3 is 5. So I would have a number line. 0, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So -7 would go right here, and I would write -21 over 3 on it. And then -7 over 2, which would go in between 4 and 3. And then 15 over 2 is 7.5, so it would be between 7 and 8. So this would be 15 over 2. And then 5, which would go right here, but you're going to write 15 over 3. All right, number 10. What's the classification of 4.5? Since it's a decimal, the only classification you can have is a rational. All right, number 11. Dr. Tiffy placed the Venn diagram and listed numbers on the board. She asked her students to determine the label for each set of numbers and place each number in the Venn diagram. So this would be 7 over 12. This would be -0.5. And then 2 will be everything. And then this will be 1.5. And -5 would be an integer and rational, so it would go right here. And then finally, -3.5 is just another rational. All right, so that's your unit review. Come to tutorials if you need extra help. Hopefully we do well on it. Make sure to study. Thank you, guys.